What's up, guys? Happy Friday and welcome to our show, Facebook Friday. I'm Erik of the Orange Stack, and thanks for joining us every single Friday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific. Guys, 3 years ago, I had a massive breakdown in my business life, in just everything that I was going through at the moment, and that's what I want to get into today. So, big moment of suspense. Let's get into it. Hey guys, and welcome. Today is Facebook Friday. We show you guys how to grow your business, how to do more with technology, and just how to do some awesome things with what's available in today's marketplace.
I want to have to go work for a company. I want to do my own thing and have my own potential and have my own flexibility of doing that thing.
That if you don't live by your calendar, you don't have a life. So focus on that calendar and live by it. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us every single Friday morning as we uncover how to grow your business, how to do more as a real estate agent, and how to use the tools and technology that are available to you today. Guys, I'm Erik. I'm the owner of the Orange Stack, and I thank you guys for being here every single Friday morning to learn how to better your business. You know, 3 years ago, I was going through a hard time in my life. I had been working just crazy hours. We were on fire in our real estate business. We had amazing things going on. We were one of the top real estate teams here in San Diego, and from the outside perspective, it looked like I had everything going on for me, right? We had massive success in real estate. I have an amazing family. We're living in one of the most beautiful areas in the world, Southern California here, at least my opinion, and everything looked like it was going perfectly well. The problem was, in my mind, I was struggling. I was struggling to find happiness at work. I was struggling to just take a moment to breathe every once in a while and really get through the day-to-day activities and just show up again the next day and have to do it all over again. I got to that point where I didn't love work. I didn't love being there. I didn't love the day-to-day activities. And I think that a lot of you guys can probably relate to the same scenario. You know, you probably got into real estate for some specific reason, whether it was money or whether it's because you love real estate or because your dad did it or whatever the reason is. After a while, that one reason probably doesn't get you over the hump. It doesn't keep things going for you. So whether you're into it 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, there's probably going to be a moment where you have some massive burnout in your life. And that's really what it was for me. I'd been in real estate at that point in time for about 7 years. I'd sold hundreds and hundreds of properties. I'd seen everything. We'd flip properties. We'd own rental properties. Again, we'd been one of the #1 teams here in San Diego. And while it's great to have success, money is not enough to keep you going, right? And that's such a weird thing to think about, because I remember when I was kind of new in business and everybody who I'd seen who had been in business for 10, 20 years said, the money won't keep you going, right? The money is a driving factor when you're young and new and you need money, but then after a while, the pleasure of money just kind of wears off. And I didn't understand what that meant. It was so hard for me to get my grasp around that. And I think for some of you guys, you may still be thinking that same thing. Like, I still want money, like it's still great. But when you start getting money and when you start earning money and you start buying things that you want, it doesn't fulfill that internal drive. At least for me, it didn't. And I think that some of you guys might relate to that. So you have to find something else that motivates you. You have to find something else that pushes you along and says, you know what, this is business. This is what you chose to do. Let me find something interesting about it. So why are you in real estate? Let's explore some of those reasons. You know, did you get in it to serve your client at the highest capacity? Did you get in it because you like helping people move and do all that coordination? Is it because something new happens every single month? I've been in jobs where it's like the same thing forever and nothing ever changes. And real estate's nice because after 30 days, you say goodbye to those clients and you start working with new ones, right? So there's kind of some change, some inconsistency, if you will. If you look at what Tony Robbins teaches about the 6 human needs, a big one that most people have is uncertainty, meaning that they want to wake up and they want to know, I don't know what's going to happen today. I might have to take a left-hand turn to get to work. I might have to take a right-hand turn to work. It might rain today. It might be sunny today. There might be a disaster that happens, right? People love uncertainty. And I think real estate has a bit of that uncertainty that can come along. Some people kind of get into that mundane day after day after day monotony of work and just kind of keep the same pattern, and that works for them. But why did you get into real estate? You know, I'd love to hear in the comments below maybe some of the reasons why you got into real estate and what drives you. Again, is it money? Is it, you know, a future retirement? The reason I got into real estate was for the investment side of things. I wasn't looking at it from, I want to work with clients and I want people help people buy and sell homes. I got into real estate because I wanted to own rental properties. I wanted to have passive income. I wanted to be able to retire someday because I knew that I wanted to be self-employed and there wasn't going to be a pension plan. There wasn't going to be a retirement opportunity for me. I had to create my own lifestyle. lifestyle. And so at a young age of 29, I got into real estate and I started buying properties and I started making cash flow and I started investing in my future. And then it slowly evolved into being a partner on a real estate team and growing, again, one of the biggest real estate teams here in San Diego County, which was fantastic and awesome for business. But, again, I started kind of getting away from the things that I wanted to do. And once I kind of had my investment portfolio and things were taken care of and, we had some decent returns, the stimulation wasn't there anymore. And so I'm at least a person who has to kind of change and keep having growth and keep having interest at work. And I think that's one of the things that I enjoy about my business now, right? I still get to work in real estate. I'm still on the cutting edge of what's going on. I still sell properties from time to time. We're still looking at investment properties here and there. I'm still remodeling my own house. And so we have the opportunity to flip properties from time to time here and there. But for me, it's the change of pace. It's technology that's changing. It's new clients that are coming along. It's me being able to create new products for people that need our services, that need our help, right? Every month we try to release something new around here, a new product or service that's going to help you guys further your business and get more exposure for your business and help you guys grow and achieve more things. So what happens is if you get stuck in this rut for a while, right? And you keep doing the same thing and you don't look up and you're like, where am I going, right? Like, what's the point of this? You're just going to hit a wall someday and you're going to realize, you know what, showing up to work 40, 60, 80 hours a week gets kind of old. I've got to take some time and do my own things. And so 3 years ago, my partner and I both decided, you know what, it's time. He was burned out. I mean, he was working at least 80 hours a week, like Saturdays, Sundays included. And I was tired, right? Like we both were like, all right, like we're not interested in this anymore. It's just kind of, we're done. And so we decided to sell our team and we moved on from that. And it was a difficult choice to say the least. It was challenging because we worked with a lot of friends. We had everything, heart and soul into this business. And we both decided, you know what, let's just take different paths and do different things from here and see where this goes and what's possible. And from there, we built our company called the Orange Stack. My partner went on to start a title company, which is doing massively successful, but it takes him out of the day-to-day, transactions that he was going through. And so I'm not saying that you need to get out of real estate by any means. I think that some of you guys will sell real estate for 40, 50 years of your life and you're going to love it and you're going to love the challenges that come and everything that's involved. But what you have to do is be able to have some diversity in life. For me, like I punted vacations. I punted a lot of family time, which sucked. I punted every single hobby that I had just to focus on this business because as they say, when you're young and in business, you've got to put all your heart and mind and everything that you can into this business to make it work because most businesses will fail within the first 5 years. Like they're just out. Actually, it's usually like 2 years that they're out. But you've got to have some diversity in your life. You can't, I don't think at least, you can't just show up to work every day and make that your thing. But on the other side of that, maybe there's a way to have enough variety in your work that it becomes interesting to you, right? And it becomes different and it becomes uncertain and you have different elements that change. Again, for me, we're having a lot of variety in our work. Every month, again, we create different things. We have different clients that come. I have different speaking engagements. I have different opportunities to work with different people. So there's a lot of like shuffling going on. But at the same time, 3 years ago, I decided, you know what? I'm going to implant some things into my life that I have to do every single week. I take my wife out on a date every single week. I take my daughters out on a date every single week. I spend half a day during the week volunteering my time for other organizations to help them grow, to help them do other things, to give back my time to other people. I don't get paid for it and it's a lot of fun. I take time out of my week to work out and exercise. I wasn't doing that before. Like I would get up at 5, I would usually be at the office by 6:30, depending on how long the commute was. And it was a busy day. And I would be home by 7:30, 8, and I would crash and do it all again, right? So I neglected my body, I neglected eating healthy, I neglected, again, family time and all these things. So I ride my bike for 4 hours a week now. I probably get in 50, 60 miles a week, which is awesome. I work out 30, 40 minutes every single day. Again, I hang out with my family. I go to soccer practice. I get to do other things, which is a lot of fun. I'm starting to implement some hobbies back in my life. I read more. I spend time doing other things outside of work that help articulate my mind and have it expand. And that's the thing. I think when you just go 24/7 on your business all the time, 7 days a week, and that's all you think of, even if it is something that you really enjoy, it can be frustrating. Even if you had a hobby that you had, right, and you just spent 24/7 on it all the time, it would get old after a while. I've been there too. I've had hobbies that I'm just over because they're not that interesting to me anymore because I spent so much time in them. I think what makes a hobby is something that you can spend a little bit of time here and there, right? Just once in a while, an hour here and an hour there, and maybe take a week to go do something with that hobby. But if you did it every day, it becomes more like a job and you get tired of it. And so while we love our real estate careers, and while real estate is fascinating, it can bring massive wealth and massive success to you as a human being, you've got to diversify it and find some time to volunteer, right? Give back some of your time. For me, I try to give 10% of my life to other people, to just serving other causes, whether it's volunteering somewhere, whether it's feeding somebody, whether it's, just helping somebody move or whatever it is. I try to find that time in my life to just give that back, and it's an awesome feeling. Find time to spend with your family. I know that so many families are disrupted because of the entrepreneur lifestyle, right? It's always, it's a laptop lifestyle and I can work wherever I want to, but that usually means that I'm gonna work always and I'm gonna work at home and I'm gonna neglect my family life, right? You're staring at your little cell phone screens, you're not paying attention to your little kids. So find time to pay attention to their lives. Put the phones down for 2 hours a day and just talk to them and play with them and look at them and help them learn how to ride a bike or play chutes and ladders or whatever it is, right? Like take your mind out of your work for a while. The other thing that I find super helpful in my business is to read a lot more. I'll take 30 minutes right in the middle of the day, every day. It's usually around like 1 or 2 o'clock. And I'll just shut everything down. I'll turn off my phone, put it on airplane mode, and I'll read for 30 minutes in a book, which is great because it allows me to like look at a page rather than just listening to it, because then I'm multitasking and I'm not getting as much out of it. But I'll actually take the time and read a book, and I'll highlight and take notes, and I'll ponder, and I'll think, how can I implement this in my life? And how can I use these things that I'm learning in my life right now? And I'll usually pull 4 or 5 ideas out of these books and say, look, this is something that I want to try and do differently in my business. So what's cool is it takes you out of that normal rut that you're on and says, let me introduce this other activity, or let me try this other way of doing business. You're either going to be able to take yourself out of your business full time, which is great. You're also going to be able to maybe make money in different ways that you thought possible. And you're also going to be able to kind of diversify your mind and letting it think outside the box and try new things that you maybe not have considered before. So that would be my plea for you this week, is to try to take yourself out of your business just a few hours this next week, right? You normally probably spend 40, 60 hours in there, 8 hours a day, kind of depending on how much you work. Try to find, 30 minutes a day or an hour here or there, or just some time where you can take off a half a day and do something for yourself. Go find a new sport that you like to do, whether it's stand-up paddleboarding or skiing or biking or camping or whatever it is, just to get you out of the house, right? Go do something fun that causes your mind to see outdoors, get some sunlight in you, go exercise, go take a yoga class if you need to, find some time to read. Find some time to just step away from your business for a little bit. See if it functions without you, hopefully. Hopefully your clients aren't like banging down the door at you trying to get you to do stuff. And just maybe take a moment. For me, again, everybody in my life knows, there's this period of time where I am out. Like you cannot reach me, my phone's off, cannot be reached at all. So I'll get back to you at 1 o'clock kind of a thing. And it's been great, and everybody respects that time, and it's awesome for me, and it works out really well. So that's kind of how I've adjusted my life from 3 years ago. I wouldn't say it was like a mental breakdown or like a midlife crisis or anything. It was just business was not going the way that I expected it to, and I couldn't live the rest of my life that way. I mean, I was 37 years old. I have a long life of work and employment and doing things in front of me. I don't want to get burned out. I'm almost 40, and I don't want to have that. I can't work anymore because I'm so frustrated with this. I want to be able to work for 40 more years and enjoy it and find something that I'm super passionate about and fun and love being in. But that probably means that I've got to scale back and do it a little bit less, or shuffle in some things that are going to help me in my life a little bit more. So that's my episode this week. I know it's a little bit shorter. We're going to try to change up the format on these episodes a little bit more. Here's my call to action, because we try to give you guys a call to action at the end of every one of these shows. I am really interested in interviewing you guys. I love talking to you about your business. I love hearing what it is that you're working on, how you're doing it, what you're struggling with, how I can help you more. We are going to be interviewing real estate agents that have found success with digital marketing. So I would love, even if you're not a client, even if you've never heard of me before, if you're watching the show and you see this call to action, I would love to set up some time to talk to you for probably 20-30 minutes and record the call and ask you about what you're doing in your business to find success with social media. It could be running Facebook ads, it could be email newsletters, it could be Instagram posts, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be your own podcast. Just fill in the blanks about what you're doing, how it's working for you, how you started doing it, the success that it's bringing you, and let's get that thing recorded and share it with our audience, and let's get some attention on you and your business. We've got a pretty big audience around here, and I'd love to share our audience with you guys and help you guys get some attention. I know a lot of you guys are willing to lend a hand and help other new agents in your area who are trying to build a business and do new things. Let this be an opportunity for you to give back. So if you're interested in doing that, send me a direct message. Just say, hey, Eric, I saw your call to action. I would love to be on your show. I'd love to talk to you about what we're doing in social media. So we haven't given an official name yet, but it's going to be kind of a podcast format where we interview you and talk to you about, again, your business and what it is that you're working on. So something to do with social media and something to do with real estate, and we got to come up with a clever name. But anyway, it's probably going to be happening as we get into 2020, but I'll probably do a couple interviews as we go through these next couple months. So anyway, without further ado, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for enjoying the show. Thanks for showing up to better your business and try new things. Again, get outside, go find some sunshine, go do something a little bit different this weekend as we wrap up the year. Start planning out how your 2020 is going to be unique, different, diverse, and engaging so that you can stay in business for another decade, right? Like, keep selling real estate, keep making it happen. All right, guys, love you guys. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you next week.